No, my Jap's dying to a fucking sniper squad.
Maybe I should just stop using the tanks.
Run away. No! Oh, that blew. Yay.
Can we talk about how your raptor killed 3 infantry?
This is 500-pound JDAM, baby. What up, guys? It's Corn here. Today we're gonna do a bit of a switch here with our High Elo Heist videos. Basically, we're gonna be talking about the decks first, how I intend on using this strategy, with a couple more replays that are just cut down into like a short segment, maybe 10 minutes, and then the rest of the video is gonna be the actual replay. So maybe this will be the new format for High Elo Heist. Maybe you guys will like it, maybe you guys won't, but we're gonna try some new things out every now and then and see how things go. So to begin with, this build is basically the double raptor build. Yeah, it sounds cringe, but to be honest, the amount of VDV spam recently has been really annoying and pissing me off at times, where they just call in 455 raptors and just kill your planes. I mean, kill whatever you have on the ground, regardless of it being a booker with APS or a tank with APS. It's just gonna nuke everything you have on the field. So how about every time that plane flies in, I have a chance of 1 to 2 tapping that plane instead of my stuff being 2 tapped all the time, right? Have them just give them a taste of their own medicine. So that's the idea I had in mind. I had raptors that had 2 JATMs and 2 AMRAMs. So every time a plane like an Su-57 or something else came in, I would throw a salvo of a JATM and an AMRAM. And if it kills, then good for me, right? I win the gamble. If I don't kill him and then damage it, then it's fine, right? At least he's gonna have a longer cooldown. And if none miss, then I guess that's unfortunate. But it is what it is, right? I still have a second chance for the next plane that decides to fly into my trap. The good thing about the Raptor, compared to like normal conventional packs, obviously the pack 2 can 1-tap, but the thing about these having fighter jets instead of packs is that Seed can never target it. The only real threat to them is S-300s on the ground, and even though sometimes I still fly into their A and get shot down at times, either it's me being greedy or something else, they still prove to be more reliable when it comes to killing aircraft, because nowadays everything VDV has Seed missiles, and when they come shooting down into your radars, I'm going to be intercepting the Seed first, and by the time I actually start retargeting the plane, they're gone. So obviously, I feel like fighter jets seem to be a more appropriate counter to VDV strike planes, while the packs, like as you can see here, I have a pretty I only have 4 missiles on it, because I know it's probably just going to be intercepting Seed missiles and cruise missiles, and that's going to be it. So I don't really need to invest a lot of points in this. I mean, I could get this, but I've tried it a couple times. It gets seeded all the time. It couldn't even block a nuke. It couldn't even block the Seed to protect itself. It sucks. At least that's what happened when I got nuked one time with the maxed out option. So it didn't really feel like it worked. So I just decided to have fighters instead of packs to deal with AA, and then these are just here to intercept cruise missiles. The CJs are a cheaper variant, which you might think, Corn, are you stupid? Why would you have a 2 harm instead of 4? Basically, it's just me being... First, it's me being a cheapskate. Second, it's I have more fuel, so they can hover around, just check if they have radar on or off. And third thing, it's sending them a message, because one of the things that the Raptor lacks is actually fuel. There have been instances where my Raptor has basically been very low on fuel and still haven't met a plane yet, where this isn't really a problem for the Su-35Ss, which the VDV have on a 260 point plane, by the way, which basically has the same loadout as the Raptor does. It just doesn't get the stealth and the ECM. But it's basically, the CJ basically acts like the same thing the Su-35 does. It just doesn't get the 9-kilometer A missiles, but instead it still acts like a semi-fighter, semi-Seed plane. It's just there to check if my opponent has radar on or not. I'm not expecting it to actually kill anything, but it's just a cheap plane around to check. Also just to hover in the air and see if there are any planes or Tu-22 M3s that are coming over to nuke someone on my team. So yeah, they're more of like a support role fighter. Obviously, you could take 4 arms if you find more success with this. The only thing I have to deal with is that my opponents are usually they're very they're like tricksters, you know, like they keep switching their radar on and off, and then every time I'm flying with a 4-arm plane, the plane gets shot down, but none of their AA dies, which is funny. So this is what I've been running most of the time. And the 2 other planes are basically like switches that I use to shut down my opponent when they decide to come in. The Viper here has 4 JSOWs. It could be, you could say it's overkill, but it does have this ability to completely one-shot entire convoys of tanks in one bombing run. So I call the Viper in when I see like a Russian Guards tank with APS. It could be a T-90 Arena. It could be a T-72B3 Arena. It could be a T-80 droid something that costs 250. As long as you see 2 tanks together, you send the Viper in. Like it would be, the strike would be worth it. But just don't drop them when they're like back resupplying, right? You drop them when they're pushing, because that's also when they're the furthest away from their AA. And then the F-35 is for obviously the Viper might not make it back alive because it doesn't have the ECM for it, and also doesn't have the stealth, so it could actually die halfway. But because I only choose to drop them when they're fairly close to the front line, they would be able to get the bombs off most of the time. For the F-35, they're a bit more versatile. Obviously, they're also really expensive as well, but they're usually there to drop single targets like tanks, expensive tanks, infantry, or just SAMs in the back, or maybe like artillery that's a bit too much clumped up. So this is the build. I could not actually have 2 like 400 point F-35s, but the 335 point works just fine. In the meantime, we're going to be talking about the helicopters. I better make this quick because it is getting a bit too long. The Comanche is basically just this because I have it to snipe AA pieces, backline units, or just things that are in the front with no APS. The kill legs for cheap AA. And then the rest are just transport helicopters that I use to ferry supplies and other stuff to the front. I don't have the DAP because I think it's too expensive, and yeah, sure, the 25% ECM helps, but it still gets 1 tap by a torp at time, so I don't like it. For the support tab, I have cheaper packs because I use them. I don't need them to do anything important, just intercept cruise missiles. Actually, that is an important task. Most expensive pieces are the Sharad that is maxed out, and the HIMARS with Prism. But to be honest, this is up to you. You could take high explosive, you could take cluster that you just have them hold fire on the cap. This is up to you. And then the rest of the deck is basically pretty much the same. I rely on having the Stryker RVs on the field running around doing recon, and some other recon units on the front, where my troopers are here to defend. I stack 2 on top of each other, and then if something goes wrong, I have combat engineers, rangers, raws, and yeah, that should be it. So we're gonna go through. So this should be the end of the deck talk. We're gonna be going through a couple replays, actually 2 in total. There's 2 showcases of the double Raptor build, and see how it went in a brief moment. So we're gonna go to that section. Please transition. Alright, so we're gonna go through how good the Raptor has worked out for us in the past couple games that I tried it out in Stryker SF, or yeah, pretty much just the Stryker SF, because I don't play SF armor that much. Here, this guy came in and bombed my stuff with a really weird build. We managed to kill it with our second salvo and then call it back. Unfortunately, the plane was damaged, but at least it's better than dying out there, because when you want these fighters out, you actually prefer that they get positive, right? Like they kill an enemy jet and then they come back alive. So here, the second engagement this match I had was against an SC-57 that was actually built for air-to-air. unfortunately, we didn't manage to one tap it, and we eventually lost because first we were in the airspace, second he had a helicopter nearby that also had stingers, and yeah, it eventually got us, and the pilot bailed out, which was unfortunate. So engagements like those was probably not worth it, but I also didn't know that the plane was anti-air. But eventually we got back at him, actually spawn camping an SU-33. Bye-bye. Okay, and then once you get something, you probably just bail out again. This is another SU-57, the same player, so probably also air-to-air build. Usually the way that this goes is you just shoot 2 missiles, and then once you do, you pull back again. I'm not sure why this guy came back in, but I felt like I had to toss another salvo at him, and we almost died there to that S300. And fortunately, we had a pack that also shot at it, so pretty sure that SU-57 died. Can actually be pretty chill or laid back when you're doing stuff like this, when you have a Raptor in the back, because it's basically a moving pack, you know. Behind your lines, you fly at low altitude. Never fly high altitude, by the way. And the stealth doesn't. The only, or actually, I probably shouldn't say only, but the advantage that the Raptor has above other planes is that it's stealthy, right? Your opponent can't spot it until the Raptor starts shooting and blasting, so they won't know if the Raptor's there to intercept your plane at all, and that's what makes the Raptor actually pretty decent. Here was the end of the game, so it was the end of the game, so basically I just flew into my opponent's face, and then not sure where that AMRAM's going, but we did. One of their Su-35s decided to be a coward, got the other one, but then lost the CJ in the process because it flew the wrong way. This match we lost one Raptor, a pilot included, so that was probably 525 points, but we actually got a couple kills here against my opponent. Now this game I played with a couple big names, and against like pretty, you know, decent opponents, I suppose. Maybe not the best, but at least the average opponent, or you would expect to have to put up a good fight. We're gonna go to the next game. Actually, let's count the amount of fighters we actually killed. I totally forgot about that part. So we killed. I forget about the F-35 and the I bombed Dragoon's Maw's team. Well, at least they didn't get the points, right? Let's see. Okay, one kill on the Raptor. One kill. Ooh. Keep going. 2 kills. Not sure why that SU-30 is that expensive. He had like 6 cruise missiles on that build. Weird guy. And another kill down there. Hello? Stop scrolling up, please. Okay, here. And another kill. So not a lot. But remember, like, we also crippled another SU-57 and some other stuff. So is it really just 3 kills? Yeah, it would be on paper, right? On paper. But next game might find you different, and also our big replay today that I'm gonna show you in a bit. This scenario was at the beginning of the game, but I was going to retreat my Raptor until they decided, oh no, we're gonna go in for round 2. Well, this was actually round 1. So I had to help our Raptor friend out here. First salvo went out. Actually, both of them missed, which was a bit unfortunate. Had to turn back in, go for another AMRAM, and our JATM went for the Su-35S. Here, something very unfortunate happened. This missile actually connected, so all I had to do was turn left and turn in, and my sidewinders would be in range to do the work, right? Unfortunately, because my plane was out of fuel, and the plane was constantly telling my pilot to go back to base, go back to base. So when I was telling it to go left, it was trying to go right. And it ended up being, it resulted in my plane flying straight so that this motherfucker could kill me. Yeah, as you could see that delay in the turn there. Like, I wanted to left turn starting here, right? And then watch me fly straight, tweak left, tweak right. I like, bro, why? At least the fire didn't bail out, the pilot. So that was an unfortunate trade because of I don't know. game decides to be dumb. Eventually, 10 minutes later or so, I decided to call in my first or second raptor of the game because I had enough points for it. Not sure where those AMRAMs are going, but we do get a kill on an Su-34 that was on a bombing run. And then that's another Su-57 on the left. And which is eventually gonna get shot down by almost the STT. The STT almost gets him. Very funny. And we actually kept the Raptor around for a little while longer because there were a lot of planes in the air, and I thought, okay, maybe one AMRAM is a kill, and it actually turned out to be one because that Su-34 decided to do a really dumb decision and bomb one Javelin team with one guy, and then a Raptor scored the kill. This thing basically acts as a supplementary AA, which, because like Seed always targets packs, right? And these Su-57s, which I get very greedy at trying to take out here, which resulted in me running into an S-300. Same with my allies Raptor, and both of their pilots bailed out, so that was like minus 1,000 points. Like, God, really unfortunate there, but the thing is, right, like, even like if I damage a plane, they have a longer respawn time, even if I have so yeah, it probably does work here. We actually nicked the helicopter here as well. So regardless of me getting a kill, or maybe I don't, as long as I deal damage to their plane, I actually should be able to at least make sure that their next airstrike is a bit further away. Here we're against a Su-34. I was low on fuel because I decided, you know, end of phase, there's definitely going to be a lot of planes flying around. But instead, they didn't really spawn a lot of planes, but we did get a lucky 2-tap on that Su-34. So this game, we lost 2 Raptors and 1 pilot, so like around 900 points, but we got 1 kill. Huh. Alright, Pack actually got a kill on the Su-57. 3 kills, 2 in the middle, as you can see here. Another 2 kills, okay. Very nice. And you have to keep in mind, like, every kill I get, this is like a 10-minute cooldown instead of like, I mean, it's at least 10 minutes, right? A 455 Felon would probably be 14 minutes on cooldown, when in reality it would be back in like 6. So I'm basically doubling its downtime at this point, when I just have a Raptor flying around every time, like, I have the points for it. Obviously, it is an investment, right? It's 375 points, is basically as expensive as a FEP with trophy. But instead of being, that's another kill, 6 kills. I mean, that's a helicopter, but I guess it still counts. So, oh, and 7th kill, yeah, 7 kills this game, seems fair. Died twice, but got 7 kills. So yeah, the Raptor, basically, it acts as something that to deal with VDV spam. Obviously, like, this thing has been around for Russia for a very long time because they have the Su-35S, which is 260 points. It's much cheaper, but it doesn't get as basically, well, it could get the ECM, but it doesn't get the stealth. And the stealth thing is basically why the Raptor might be a bit more successful at jumping people, because when your opponents, like when the Russians' planes are doing airstrikes or whatever, they wouldn't be able to tell whether I have the Raptor there. And when they come in, which they don't see any airplanes that are fighters, they just fly in anyways, and then they just do their airstrike, and then they get shot at, which is a chance for me to either damage their plane or kill it, possibly kill it. And if I kill it, then it's a good thing for my team. Alright, so we're going to go to the replay next, and I hope you guys have fun watching. Alright, so now we're going to get into the match really quick. And as you can see, we've actually spawned on Ruda Forest, but on the rather weaker side, I must say. According to my teammates I did with, they actually preferred this side, but I mean preferred the spawn that we got. Unfortunately for me, this wasn't really good news for me because I actually hated this side for multiple reasons. First was actually because basically I had to defend this tree line for my life, and my opponent basically had a lot of access to this side, to like easily push into me. But turns out the outcome of the match was actually fairly different compared to what I expected. But regardless, we're gonna jump to our opener. This is a very wide flank. I have our sorry, Mr. Sand Dude is actually gonna open with triple Vipers with sidearms. No, not sidearms, sidewinders, and he's gonna make sure that heli rush don't break through. For me, all I'm gonna do is just establish some early recon. I'm trying to put an STT team into like some random building in the middle of my opponent's flank, mainly because I figured, all right, if there aren't roads around it, and that then that probably means that not even his AE pieces will go like and fly or like walk around it. So I probably won't really need to. The thing might not really even get spotted at all. So I just wanted to try my luck and see if it worked out. I've actually been wanting to try out that sniper spot just to hide something in on this flank, obviously, but because I don't play this side of the map that often. In the meantime, we have two Su-35Ss in the air. Just gonna wait for things to happen. I'm gonna drop my STTs in there before anything really happens, and I'm just gonna wait. Like, as you can see, the early engagement starts off here, and they're both coming in. I'm just gonna swoop in since I have a much stealthier airframe, and they obviously when they were against the 1v1, they all probably didn't expect a lot more planes than this. And we're also gonna try and see if we can clean out that extra Mi-8. I actually got fairly lucky there. It's gonna pull out that one kill on a fighter and 1 kill on a transport heli. Not sure if we actually got anything inside of it, but I will take whatever we got there. So for us, as you can see, it's my Sandman or Mr. Sandman. He's actually taking care of that convoy of Typhoon VDVs and a lot of other stuff, maybe some snipers. I'm still like starting slow, you know, because I figured the way that people push into this cap is like there's definitely going to be a tour somewhere, and because there are so many tree lines, I don't really think I can play it in an optimized way. So what I wanted to do is I wanted 2 RCs to be set up where my opponent definitely will definitely will cross, and then as I try to set up my own recon on this flank, like behind his line, so I can spot the main road as well. I try to block him with 2 RC squads that are just basically right here. So if he decides to run up the ramp, like he's gonna face check by a lot of the very high power AT4s. In the meantime, as you can see, my STT team is actually doing a fairly decent job at spotting everything. The fun part about that exact building is that since there aren't a lot of roads that are like, there's only one road that's linked to that building, and not even people people wouldn't really have a good enough reason to go for it. Here I wanted to go for the tour. I spotted it. It just felt like some very tasty stuff for some reason. For some reason, he started running away, and then all of a sudden I set my eyes on the S300, but ended up getting the supplies instead because I lost line of sight. So obviously very clumsy on my end. Should have just focused on the tour, and then I probably would have killed everything there. So yeah, just make sure you kill the SHORAD first. That was obviously a mistake on my end. But on the other hand, it's not like we're really that behind, you know. I mean, at least this guy's got no supplies, right? Copium. Oh, we actually we found out what actually my RCs ran into. I think it was a BRM 3K 57. And with some ATGMs here and there, we pretty much chilling, you know, like. Every time, like, as you can see, this TT squad is basically spotting everything. My opponent, even though he probably does want to come into my flank, the only thing he can do is to sneak snipers from the very, very left. And we have spotted a couple sniper teams earlier, but I mean, obviously, me right now, I cannot really figure out where they are. So for now, I'll just play dead. Like, as you can see, oh, that's a helicopter. But I kind of want to get this S300 and the Tor dead before anything else happens. So just gonna do a bit of leading as he moves all these units. Unfortunately, my sniper actually did get spotted as well. I was having trouble lasing stuff here, but at least we got both lasers off, and that's 2 bombs, 1 bomb, and another one. So it looks like it was worth it, you know? Looks like it was worth it. 320 point for all that other stuff. And with their A down, obviously I could just run my helicopter in. I probably should have, but because my Comanche died earlier, I couldn't really take advantage of it. You could say that these, like, the kills I got here were a bit separate and not very like, not really well coordinated, because I probably could have taken advantage of this gap that my opponent had here, then sent in another Comanche, but I didn't have the points for that, obviously. Instead I have a Booker on the ground that it's not really going to do anything against other kind of stuff. Anyways, you have some stuff on the map now. Just gonna get some supplies, and it does seem like my opponent actually knows what I'm doing around here, because I mean, I am obviously spoiling it. My opponent definitely has something spotting on my units right now. I just don't really know where, you know. But my plan, at least my grand plan, is to try to push into my opponent's home cap. Maybe not now, at the end of phases. I have a couple more minutes to prepare. But we do spot a couple stuff here.
Special reconnaissance here. Rangers RRC at your command, sir. Marching keeps us fit. Heading back to home 20. The killer egg is in the air.
Yeah, the thing about these Russian helis is because they're so expensive alone, they cannot really risk going alone on flanks. So even though he does spot my ally's helicopter here, I have a couple more units to back it up. Unfortunately for me, this Terminator actually spotted the last second before I yeah, as you can see here, that charge up. That was really unfortunate. I almost got away with it, because if the Terminator didn't spot, then the Grok wouldn't. We also managed to spot, oh wait, this guy has a sniper right here on my face. So he probably spotted a bunch of my stuff here. Unfortunately, we lose the SDT, but you know, it's the price I have to pay for probably killing, or at least spotting all of his stuff there. But we do get a cleanup on my opponent's sniper as he cleans up mine. So I guess that's fine. Just gonna keep pushing our advantage here, because I'm pretty sure that my opponent didn't really bother to reinforce this side of the map. I'm also figuring what a good, like, whether I have any good spots on the map I could put my supplies at. Gotta make sure I keep moving my units. And that's a big bomba. At least none of my units actually died, but our rangers are pretty low now. So I have to clean that out.
On our way. Recon company reporting in. Hoorah!
was kind of hoping that my DGM could actually spot the tour and snipe it, but probably because of some line of sight issues, I couldn't really get it to work. Okay, now we have some. It does seem like we have some sort of like supply issues on in the front line. Obviously, it's not that bad because we pretty much spot my entire opponent's front line here. All I'm gonna do is just probably go spot the Tor and then with the Sentinel, and then we'll just bomb it and then let the Comanche do her job. It's not really sure where exactly this guy's Tor is. It's probably behind some random tree or a building. But yeah, also noticed that but there it is. There it is, somewhere over here. Somewhere over there in the back. Our Javelin's actually taking damage from some sniper team, so we gotta clear that out really quick before it gets spotted and gets shot, and this little bird gets shot down. Oh, it turns out this guy got in a new S300, so I felt like there was a necessity in taking that bad boy out. Unfortunately for him, my opponent actually was smart enough to shut off his radar, and my bomb didn't even kill the thing. At least on the bright side, none of my stuff actually died, so I guess I'll take it, you know? No losses, no gains here. But I had to get some new supplies, as you could see. And the next thing that I noticed, that my opponent really, for some reason, like he liked smoking my line of sight. He probably didn't like me just constantly having ATGM trucks and infantry just sitting in these tree lines, spamming at him. So started using smoke, and this is the moment that I realized, okay, if you like this smoke that much, I'm just gonna, because you're blocking my vision, you're also blocking your vision, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to do the funny and then actually run my infantry into like some sneaky spot that's down here, so I actually get some pretty close-up recon. So yeah, some big brain thoughts, and also the phase is about to reach the next, or about to reach the next phase. Sorry for my poor English. So it's gonna get a really quick push early here, set up, and then we're just gonna go back for supplies. Hopefully we get some other. At least get prepared for the eventual push that we gotta do somewhere around here. Unfortunately for us, we actually, even though we have 3 caps on this side, we only have 1 cap on the other flank, which is a bit unfortunate. But on the other hand, you know, it's just the first phase. It's not that bad anyways. All we gotta make sure is that hope our team at least do some stuff. Honestly, I wanted to go into this chapel of some sort, or this thing, but I couldn't really. I figured that it's probably a bad spot because like there's so many roads just crossing it. The thing I should do instead was probably push them into like one of these buildings or something. Just trading some blows against my opponent there, and get some resupplies and then back out. Yeah, we're going there. Very nice, very nice. So we're setting up. We're setting up for the push, as you can see. Unfortunately for me, in the meantime, I actually didn't notice that there was both of these guys were spotted. So that was a free. How many points was that? Like 435 points to my opponent for free, by the way. So yeah, I noticed that. Okay, even though I killed like 1 sniper squad, maybe 2 sniper squads, and also another recon team, it still wasn't enough. There was probably something else I was spotting my stuff over here, either like further back or maybe in my lines. I don't really know, but I was just sure about one thing, and that was it probably shouldn't be pushing any like valuable stuff into like the left side, because he's just going to be spamming SU-57s. And even though like my deck has 2 Raptors in it, I haven't truly had the point to set it up yet, which is quite funny because like my deck is supposed to be, I should probably already have a pack and like a couple Raptors hanging around there. I wanted to see if I could kill some stuff here. So I killed the Terminator. And then I ran into his door, which was unfortunate because I actually got panicked by the MG here. I probably, if I didn't get panicked, I probably wouldn't have gotten away with it. In the meantime, there's actually just like an engineer team along with that other BMO that was in the cap, and I couldn't really kill. But we do manage to push that guy out of the cap, and just like seconds away from the end of the phase, we actually yeah, we could have denied that 1 point there. So that was really unfortunate for us. But yeah, we're just gonna run away from the cap really quick. Not sure what that was for. But obviously, like, taking their cap would make them really unhappy. So what I wanted to do was to just get out of there as soon as possible. At least get out of the buildings, you know. And it was quite obvious when my opponent started artillerying, or at least using the cluster cruise missiles on my Stryker ESVs. Bro, those things cost 45. Are you serious? So I knew something was spotting it. It could be from the right. It seems pretty evident. But it just felt like it was about time to get out of here. Like I could lose C right now. Just hold whatever I had for this flank right now. Yeah. So yeah, stuff on the right. Then more artillery coming in. Just gonna make sure that. Oh, run away! I don't lose too many units trying to get out of here. Obviously, the double trooper seems to be working. Not really. They're losing. But I do have a Pack 3 set up now. Finally, it only took me 15 minutes. And we finally got a Raptor. Oh wait, I don't actually have 2 Raptors in my deck. It's just 1. That's crazy. Maybe that's why I'm lacking in points. But yeah, it turns out everything. That's 2. What are those called? VDV Spetsnaz with burrs and everything. Obviously, with the help of the Booker, we should be able to eventually clear out that truckload. But considering our losses, that's like 2 trooper teams and another engineer, so that's 260 points when everything here just basically costs like 170. Obviously, it's not that bad, you know. At least we make sure that the units that kill my stuff, we get them back. And Terminator that pushes in also gets completely dismantled. Unfortunately for me, I couldn't really find an angle to actually kill it with like any of these like helicopters or just top attack missiles. And because of the nature of Maws is that they're basically the same as AT4s, and I cannot really, I couldn't really find a like anything with line of sight to kill that, but I guess we'll just be hanging for now. I think that's fine. Just gonna also see if I can toss a couple Jadams at these guys' planes. This guy brought in Taz already, just to defend his flank. Which is very insecure. And it does seem like my opponent put another sniper here, somewhere around here. I just don't really know where. Raptor does a bit of work. But yeah, as we get a bit too close, this guy can also fight back. So yeah, we actually get out luckily enough. I mean, if I didn't kill that guy and then he killed me, I would be pretty pissed, honestly. Considering this plane might only cost 260 60 points. He just did half a salvo and pretty much just one-tapped my Stryker ATGM trophy. Okay, sure, I guess. I mean, like, yeah, sure, man. I'm just used to it at this point. I'm not really surprised.
Recon vehicle standing by.
Finally found an angle on the DAT, and then now we're just gonna
Stryker here. Go ahead. Roger Wilco.
keep looking for targets over here. Because I'm pretty sure, cause I have units all over here. My opponent isn't really.
Sweeping area.
Oh yeah. Where our armor knight is definitely
Cavalry arrives in the nick of time.
is definitely looking for my opponent's snipers.
Helicopter is
Oh, we actually killed something else in their spawn. Very cool.
Stryker ready for combat.
So yeah, he's probably only willing to push his recon into me. And even if he does push his recon into me, I'm gonna be able to find where exactly his tors are. And I'll probably be able to bomb it or whatever. So the only place that's safe for his tors is actually way behind there and behind G. So our helis can actually run around and
Time for a walk.
you know, without too much worries.
Walking like ghosts. The higher they fly, the further they fall. Joint strike fighter.
So yeah, that's gonna be another Su-57. Not really sure where exactly. He probably just predicted my Booker, but ended up Click being my combat engineers instead. We're just gonna
Armed and ready.
just toss an AMRAM just to say hello.
Driver, reverse.
Turns out my opponent actually had another. Could be a Tor, could be an S300. Oh, it turns out it's a Tor.
Pickle button, hot and ready.
And also the strike should be a bit more to the right here.
At your command, sir.
'Cause, I mean, I'm speaking from results here.
Inbound.
But yeah, the laser.
Updated.
From the thing, even though it goes 65, also get a pretty sweet kill on that plane. They're not that slow, right? They're 65. Also, my game just lags out here, so I have to reconnect. I'll speed up the replay a bit. It took me about maybe a minute or so, and
Roger. Moving in.
in the time I wasn't present, I figured that okay, I have a lot of points now. All I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna call in the Sentinel, and then I'm gonna call in the Viper or something, just to suicide bomb whatever my opponent has that I couldn't really kill. I think my book. Sorry, there's something. My throat's not feeling too well today, but anyways, our Booker died here, and my opponent's starting to get his own stuff set up. So all I'm gonna do is just gonna send the CJ, kill that drone. Check if my opponent has any radars.
To new heading.
I'm pretty sure because he has his own he did see a CJ, but then overextend and decide to just send a freaking Su-35 in,
Kerosene and noise converter engaged. Roger.
where now he actually lost his only thing that could spot this bad boy, and now that his radars are forced to get turned off, I'm just gonna bomb some stuff. Obviously he has another Su-35, which very boring, but we get the Tor and the
Setting up an attack pattern.
and this Terminator.
Base of fire in that building. We clear the way.
I'm also not sure when exactly I managed to push this in, but we're just gonna try and see if we can take B in the meantime. And then this was the classic how's my DAP losing to a sniper team moment. This sniper team is actually killing my DAP. Hello? This is also probably the thing that was spotting everything that I had here earlier, but obviously I was very fortunate that our DAP actually made it out alive. But okay, I guess yeah, this is why people don't play Stryker SF anymore. The DAP is just trash. What can I say, man? This thing has no armor. It gets one tap by Tors, it loses to snipers.
Let's take that building. Ain't nothing gonna get
What do you want me to? What do you want me to be an advocate for DAPs or something? Obviously, I'm pretty sure that they're definitely a good unit in real life, but or a decent helicopter for running at people.
snipers here.
But they haven't really been
Moving a new fighting position.
they haven't really been proving their worth.
Get those tracks moving. Breaker 19, who needs supplies?
So in the meantime, we're also just gonna set up our own forward
Engineers at your command, sir.
logistics point. somewhere in this tree line, and also that building seems to be fairly safe. We have an Arbor Knight just here to kill that sniper team. And with our opponent's tendency to be constantly pushing sniper teams into me, I think having a sniper team here and then Armor Knight there and maybe a couple more units would be good enough to fend off the at least deny the recon that he can have that can spot everything in here. So all we're gonna do is to just simply have a bit of recon here and there. Funnily enough, we actually had a bomb going for it, but the javelin, oh, so we know the javelin doesn't get it. But because the sniper was there earlier, we actually couldn't, we didn't really have the ability to, oh, it turned out there was some stuff in G. Our Comanche couldn't, or other DAF couldn't actually have the opportunity to just send it in and kill everything that my opponent had in the back line. But that's okay, right? Just gonna finish that off. Probably knows there's an RC there, but what's he gonna do about it, huh? What's he gonna do about it? Alright, so that's another plane. We're just gonna... Okay, hope that was worth it. Oh, we actually... Do we clip him? We don't clip him. Yeah, yacht runs that thing. Okay, cruise missile, very cool. Alright, so the phase is about to end in like maybe 2 minutes or so. 2 minutes and 40 seconds. We'll see if we're able to hold the cap for like a little while longer. We also spot a couple units that are trying to reinforce their G cap. The BMOT itself is a very annoying unit because it's as tanky as a... It's basically a tank hull here. Our pack gets one tap, almost so does our Booker. Our Booker almost like suffered the same fate. So yeah, this is the moment where like our opponent starts spamming artillery, and then like my pack dies, everything dies. I don't really know what's alive anymore. But maybe because we have enough units sitting around, we actually managed to hold the cap for a little while longer. I'm not sure if we actually do here because it's been a while. But then we have 10 of these rando, what do you call them? Those are the CQC, like people often underestimate these guys. These guys are I would say they're the RC of the VDV, you know? Basically what they do is they have, they have short range, RPGs that are reloadable. And then basically their weapons are also for CQC. So unfortunately, 1 minute away from the clock, we actually lost the cap. In the end, it was very unfortunate. But considering, okay, maybe it's not that bad, you know. Just gotta make sure that we kill everything else. Maybe, just maybe, I had my F-35. I decided to call in an F-35 just to make sure that at least the stuff that are in the cap actually die eventually. But it turns out there are a lot of units, and they're also sitting in smoke, so I'm not really sure if I can kill them. I'm just gonna bomb that. But then, unfortunately for me, I'm not really sure why exactly I had the guy on hold fire, and then sometimes when you have it on hold fire and you try to bomb something, it doesn't really drop, so... Yeah, my F-35 just dies like that. Okay, very unfortunate. Alright, so obviously this phase, we tried, you know, we tried getting into their cap. Didn't really feel, but unfortunately for us, it didn't really work out. We were also this close to taking control of their home cap for another phase. Starting to get on my nerves at some point, but at least now we're actually down right outside the doorsteps of their home cap. And this guy can't really seem to, I don't really know where he is, you know, like where his units are. At least I'm sure that he doesn't have anything like that's behind my lines or anything. Okay, another big bomba. Very cool.
Roger, we're Oscar Mike. Pedal to the metal. Like a rocket sled on rail.
Here I'm just basically trying to figure out what I should bring. Oh, it turns out there's another sniper team that snuck through. At least he's not spotting anything. I'll just send in my I'll just send in my armor knight again just to deal with that.
I want a base of fire in that building. Run as fast as your dumb. Air defense.
And the ranger team, obviously, they're not the best at let's say they're not the best at AT. They're not the they're obviously much better at. I'm not sure why they took damage there. That MATV took damage, but anyways, the rangers are definitely. Oh, okay, they're getting art. It's getting arty. They're decent enough for at least dealing with other infantry, and they're also not bad at shooting other like armored vehicles.
Recon Rangers. At your
So
command, sir.
yeah, I have them around sometimes just to like hold positions. I personally think that troopers are also better at dealing with tanks compared to these bad boys, but still they're still a decent unit, you know. Like as you can see here, they're taking care of this Spetsnaz, BDB Spetsnaz, which is CQC on their own. I was actually quite surprised, like, bro, you're not supposed to beat them one-on-one. How are you doing this? That's crazy, man. So we're just gonna send them back and get them resupplied, as our Booker actually basically doesn't really have any opposition here on the flank anymore. Where are my opponent's tanks? I have no idea. You also spot this guy's supplies. Hello, hello.
En route to target location.
I wanted to blow it up, but I have no artillery.
Rangers are
So what I thought about doing was just basically attack grounding. But I don't think it worked out for me. So I guess I just have to, yeah, I have to blow it up myself with attack ground. And now those guys lost some health, unfortunately, but oh well, it is what it is. Oh, we also spot a couple other stuff in here, which is pretty nice. And I'm also certain that if you remember earlier, there was a tour here, so at least that means there's not going to be a tour on the right hand side. We just flew in, sniped an S350, and then we're out again. Yeah, this guy is pretty much very reluctant in running down this road. Probably because like I have it all locked down. No, not really to be honest. He could still roll through with like 2 Babars and a bunch of stuff, but obviously that's asking for me to bomb him. So if you wanted to play safe, you probably would have needed something else. Unfortunately for me, yeah, we lose a Booker, the Booker and the Comanche. Wow, so much skill involved in killing one unit. I mean, that's the thing, no? Like you can never push into their lines, because every time that happens, they're just gonna come with 2 cluster cruise missiles, and it's basically uninterceptable. Obviously, I could keep the tank on the move, or I could always have a tank in reserve. That would work out, but it just feels like I should have had a Raptor around just to deal with it.
Solid copy. Advance and report. Sweep an area.
So yeah, anyways,
Fire and maneuver.
enough copium.
Roger Wilco.
Just because the Su-57 can just like one tap whatever Booker I have in my front line doesn't mean like the game's unplayable for me. It just means that it's annoying, but like, you know, on the bright side, he only has 2 of them. I'm obviously coping. I'm obviously coping.
Anti-tank team at your orders. Moving to contact. Good copy. Next waypoint received. Anti-aircraft here. Roger. Time for a walk. Combat patrol underway. Check.
Alright, here, I couldn't really figure out what my DAP should be doing, because that DAP is a pretty cheap DAP. Basically, it has 2 autocannons, and then it has 4 Hellfires, which was, according to the devs, it's a new configuration for you to run, like, different loadouts on your DAPs. Yeah, no shit. It sucks. I mean, like, I can get 8 Hellfires, and the thing will cost 205 or something, or 200. And obviously, like, the one now, I get an autocannon, but if my helicopter is using an autocannon, it's probably going to get shot at by a Tor eventually, so it's not ideal. I have a Sentinel in the air just to check stuff. Here, I unfortunately run into, like, I overextend, basically. I overextend. My opponent has a bunch of stuff here. I run my Booker, like, I probably, my Booker and my sure I'd run into a tank here. I probably should have just smoked up and ran away.
5x5.
So yeah, we lose a Booker. But we have another one coming. It's like a Sherman, you know, it's like a Sherman in World War II. Like every time you take down one of my Bookers, I have another one. Unfortunately for us, yeah, you probably spotted our supplies in the back, but at least our RC somewhere behind my opponent's front line is actually intercepting some recon teams that I don't really know, like, where these guys are coming from, but I don't even know why they're there. But these guys are there just to as you can see, like, that's an S300 over there or something. Looks pretty juicy. Alright, so 7 minutes on the clock, even though we're 3 points down. What we really need is 2 ticks, right? 2 ticks, 2 victory flags. So we're just gonna be have to make sure that we hold all of these caps, right? We have to hold all of these caps. But my opponent could be pulling a lot of dumb stuff. And as you can see here, it's another truckload full of infantry, probably. They're just gonna smoke up. Oh, and we run into a bunch of Spetsnaz. Our MATV Javelin actually killed it. Pretty funny. Like, I wasn't, like, them having a Javelin was pretty nice, but then honestly, I wasn't expecting it to actually kill a Typhoon, and then on top of that also almost killed, like, the infantry. Obviously there was another Typhoon there and a 57 mil hiding in this bush. That was probably the reason that my Ranger team and supplies died here. He was spotting it, in fact. So I could clear out the vision all the way to the left, but the right I wasn't really aware of it, aware of what was going on. So yeah, right now I was kind of in some trouble. I didn't really have a third Booker just sitting around here. I need more infantry here. And then my Viper, I did get one of the 57 millimeters. The plane got out. The plane got out. Very cool.
Who needs a guardian angel? Air defense, standing by. Solid copy.
Okay, now we need extra. We need more infantry. More infantry. Probably need a helicopter as well. And use CJ to check their radar, and then please, 5 minutes left on the clock. Surely it's time to get a Raptor. Surely. This was actually one of the first games that I played having this build, and it turned out to be the most dramatic one. The one with a very exciting ending, to say the least. Our pack in the meantime is just, oh, that was actually a kill. Basically just harassing my opponent here. And I know now we're up on kill points, which is a nice thing, you know. Caps are much easier to hold than, are much more difficult to hold compared to, like, other stuff. Unfortunately for me, my opponent shut off his radar last second, and Now my CJ's gonna die for it. Oh, does he? Oh, he doesn't die. Oh, very cool. Very nice. Huh? Wait, what died there? Wait, let me check. Oh, that was a pack. That was a. It was sorry, it was shooting my CJ, and then it just sniped the pack here. Boom. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. What the hell? This is some Sam on Sam side violence here in the hood. But anyways, we're just getting our infantry into the cap right now. Hopefully, my DAP is also just sitting around here trying to see if I can snipe anything without dying to a random tour. There was actually a Verba team right here. Like, holy moly, man. Just gonna get some cruise missiles in the meantime. So now all of a sudden, like, yeah, we're kind of in we need a bit of help, you see. Like, they're catching up on kill points, actually. Obviously, the caps in question seem to be okay. Oh, shut up the radar! What, just last second, right before the seed was about to hit me. Get a pretty easy kill on that plane that was, I must say, was a bit overextending. And at least this time, the only improvement that I did compared to last game was actually getting, my push into G much sooner than the end of the phase. So now we have 30 minutes left to deal with all the stuff in here. There was a Terminator actually right outside the cap there, but from considering what my opponent's been doing all game, which was avoiding fights, yeah, I think we should be able to take care of G finally. Only took us a couple minutes. In the meantime, we managed to use our arms to turn off someone's radar. But unfortunately for me, right when I was about to bomb it, I probably should have just did a bombing run instead of precision strike, because he was moving his S350 away, and my F-35 was actually did not get the kill. All they did was force that guy to move a little bit. And then we're also getting TAWs in the meantime as we try to take hold of G. And it was also at this point of the game where my teammate on D started yelling, "Guys, I'm losing D, I have nothing in there." So then I thought, okay, maybe it's time oh, so it turns out it has been a 2v1. That's why my opponent has basically been nowhere to be seen this entire game. So, yeah, I probably just sent my booker in to to at least hold D so that they don't take it for now. Our DAP is actually getting away with the finally doing something after like 45 minutes of the match, killing like 2 armored vehicles there. And with like maybe a bit more than a minute on the clock, it was also the time where we really need the airstrikes now. We need them now. We need them fast. So with another F-35, that was probably our fourth of the match. We're just gonna come in and at least bomb the Sapogs that are probably trying to run into D, but I'm not really sure where they're going. But at least I'm pretty sure if they die, then my booker should be safe for now. So that's another 3 kills, and we're just gonna have the Raptor. Finally, time for you to shine, baby. So this is it. This is the last 1 minute of the match, and these bad boys. I actually lost line of sight right there. That's a stealth plane. You have to be a high altitude to spot it for some reason. But we do get nicked by a. What do you call it again? A Verba. And this is when the 500-pound bomb on the Raptor actually does something. I'm not sure how much that killed, but I'm pretty sure it killed 3 infantry squads there. Turns around, goes after the Su-57, shoots almost everything it's got, kills the Su-57, and the Verba misses, and eventually the Raptor actually pulls out from there. Absolute heist. Not sure where that SC-34 is going, but obviously it's not going to achieve the same feat as the Raptor just did. So with that, we pulled off the heist. I must say it was very lucky. I was probably I probably clickbaited you guys into watching this video because like 2 Raptors, but the replay only had 1. But still, like the two Raptors turned out to be working pretty well for me. But anyways, that should be it for this episode of High Elo Heist. Thank you all for watching. This video is a bit longer than usual, but I hope you guys enjoyed watching this twist of like me having a bit of me like having some extra content for you. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Let me know if you like this format, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.